The boxing world has its eyes affixed on what's happening after the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia fallout, as Haney seeks to overturn the decision and the win and loss from this fight, and why it is important for us to stand in the pocket. Let's talk about Haney Garcia. Boxing is often referred to as a business by the participants of the sport, the promoters, managers, fighters themselves, especially when it comes to not making the type of fights that the fans are calling for. And recently, Ryan Garcia, in a victory over Devin Haney, has been found to have tested positive for PEDs. So in this, we can see where Ryan defaulted on his end of the business of boxing. First, by missing weight. Second, by the way he approached the entire promotion for the fight. Third, by his revelations post-fight. You see, sometimes there are individuals who participate in our society that think that the law doesn't apply to them. And they get a wake-up call when a citizen, a civilian, a participant, in this case, Devin Haney, of this boxing match, exercises their rights within the law. What we're seeing is Ryan Garcia is going to have to face a date with destiny, particularly after May 22nd, when his B sample from the positive PED test that he failed the day before and the day of their match. We're going to see he be taken to court. The Haney camp is filing a lawsuit against him. So the desire for privilege to prevail over justice, it really displays how deep racism is in our sport. Because Garcia, with those terrible post-fight comments, indicated that he never intended to make weight for this fight, and he was going to win by all means, any means, to have an advantage over the champion Devin Haney, who has done things the correct way in the sport and within the framework of the rules and regulations of said sport of boxing. PED failure is not punished severely enough. Someone will eventually have to be made an example in this situation. And as we approach memories of recently over in the UK, Conor Benn, son of former champion and boxing legend from the UK, Nigel Benn, tested positive for some substances, and the BBB have ruled that his boxing license has been denied. Maybe the same thing needs to happen to someone stateside, like a Ryan Garcia. He who is not the first American to test positive, but in the most recent high-profile fight, he is the one. And it may be most severe because he had admitted within this entire promotion, pre and post fight, that not only was he not going to abide by the rules, he was influenced to do so by outside people outside of his camp. Also, he was dabbling in substances that are not allowed and alcohol. He went on video with incriminating evidence. We've seen him on video taking IVs, which is also something that is disallowed. So, as these things occur, and as we've seen the Haneys sit back and just wait, the fact that they are taking an active step toward trying to righten the ship, a lawsuit, because in this country in particular, you hit them where it hurts, and that's in the wallet, in the bank account. And since Ryan boasted of how much he was getting paid and how much he was getting laid, let it be known that what can be coming forward next is he'll be laid to the side to pay a penalty for his actions and his unprofessionalism, and the fact that he may have been trying to injure, if not kill, Devin the Dream Haney with banned substances in his system going forward in the fight. The mere fact that all of this took place and Haney, being the professional that he is, continued to rise from being knocked down, continuing to press forward after being hurt, being a warrior and a champion against someone who had no intention of competing on a level playing field, because he can't compete on a level playing field. An action taken by Camp Haney is the most effective means to call attention to this problem, the lawsuit. This has gotten out of control. And if we love the sport of boxing as we say we do, and we support the fighters, whether or not they're from here or another country, if they're from your ethnicity or not, justice must prevail for the fighters. These men put their lives on the line, and they risk almost everything to entertain us and to be written in books that will mark a legacy for themselves. And the least that we can do is show support and honor what they do by standing tall against the injustices of cheaters, men who want to cut the corners just to be able to be a part of things because they can't prevail outside of needing that band assistance. So we see it time and again. But when will justice prevail? After the 22nd of May, there will be a ruling, and then there will be a resuming of the court order here. And we'll see how much constitution, how much fortitude a fighter like Ryan Garcia, who has proclaimed that he doesn't even know how PEDs work or whatever, but he was a part of a camp where nearly every fighter in that camp, under that specific trainer, popped dirty. The Reynoso camp. Yes, you are familiar. Yes, you've been around it. And it is time for you to step up and pay the penalty. Hopefully, there will be a penalty similar to what Conor Ben experienced for his infidelity regarding PEDs. But overall, as it stands, the Haneys exercising their right to press a lawsuit, and it was due to the breach of contract. Basically, as the world champion offered a title shot that was non-mandatory, voluntary, for a fighter who had no intention of fighting for the title, but all intents for a harmful circumstance to have advantageous priority, and the outcome was obvious. So with that being said, we look ahead to the 22nd of May. And personally, I hope that everything plays out, as Haney said, God's plan, not man's, and that justice is going to be served. As for the Ryan Garcia camp, they've garnered a lot of attention through this process, but penalty is what I'm looking for. And it's not that I have anything personal against him. I have it against the cheaters of the sport. He happens to be the latest, but there has to be something done about this. We need fighters to be able to be protected. We need the sport to be protected. And those who are trying to ride the waves of who's popular and, who has the most followers and all of that foolishness, this is not about that at all. When you talk about justice, justice is supposed to be for man. It's not supposed to be for a man. So salute to the Haneys for what they're trying to do in the sport of boxing, career-wise, and the fact that they lead by example, professional-wise. And I stand with this camp and what they're trying to do. Justice is, again, for all. It's not for one. And as long as someone is fighting for justice, I'll stand with that. I don't like to see cheaters win and cheaters prevail. It's almost the old adage of bullying being turned on its end. No one wants to see the bully just continue to prevail. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.